We are on our way to Canberra and we just stopped by this resting area. There's this lake, really beautiful lake. I'll tell you the name. The name of the lake is Lake George. Canberra. So Australia's capital is Canberra. And today we are in Canberra. Right. So in Canberra, the main attraction is the Anzac Parade and the War Memorial. So the Anzac Parade is the main road. It connects in one end of the road. You have the Parliament, Australian Parliament, and on the other side you got the Australian War Memorial. So I'll show you. And on either side of the road you got these war memorials to commemorate different events like this. Commemorate different events and different, I don't know, different campaigns. Vietnam War, Iraq War, those kind of wars. So yeah, it's quite fascinating. You got like dozens of statues and different kinds of monuments on either side of the road. So I'll show you one interesting monument soon. I'm just walking up to it. So Anzac, A-N-Z-A-C. Anzac means the coalition between Australia and New Zealand during World War I. So it's a very big day, a big thing here in Australia. So every April 25th they celebrate the Anzac Day. Alright, so this is the monument to commemorate the Boer War in South Africa. There was a war called Boer War. Yeah, National Boer War Memorial. We got these Australian soldiers on horseback. Probably I'll have a closer look. Yeah, from 1899 to 1902. So that's the first war memorial that we came across. Let's go to the next one. See, at the end of this road you can see the National War Memorial. The War Memorial is kind of a war memorial and it's got a museum. We've been there before. Probably we won't go there today, but it's a war museum showing different different weapons and all these kind of things. Okay, this is the Desert Mounted Corps Memorial. It commemorates the soldiers who fought in the desert during World War I. In Syria, Palestine, Australia and New Zealand. Yeah. So Australia and New Zealand, though they are two different countries, they are pretty much, they are almost the same. Their flags are very similar. If you have seen, flags are almost similar. They've been both British colonies. They have fought together, you know, so they share a lot of similarities between these two countries. So yeah, so they share a lot of common history, both Australia and New Zealand. This looks like a Vietnam War memorial. So it says between 62 and 1973, almost 50,000 Australians served in Vietnam. So this is to commemorate them. It's quite a nice one. You got the emblems of Australian Army, Navy and Air Force. And this classic helicopter. What do you think? So just as we were going to the Vietnam War Memorial, there's I think they were two Vietnamese men were having a look at it. So as you might know, after the fall of Saigon, a lot of Vietnamese people emigrated to Australia. So that's also a bit of history for you. So there's a lot of big Vietnamese community in Australia. The next war memorial is quite an interesting one. I don't know what it is. Let me show you. It's got all these spikes. And soldier is standing. Let's have a look. Australian National Korean War Memorial. So probably Australia has fought in all the wars. So this is the Korean War. So Australian soldier. With that Russian kind of hat for the cold weather in Korea. So these are all the countries that fought in the Korean War. (1950 to 1953). We are at the Australian War Memorial. Behind me you can see the War Memorial. Today is a weekday, so looks like there's not much crowd there. Probably on the weekends there'll be more people. Yeah, let's see. I know I said that I won't be going inside, but let's see if we can have a quick look inside. I can't remember if they charged, we need to buy a ticket or it's free of charge. We're gonna find out soon. Okay, we just had lunch in this cafe. Lunch, right? It's not a big lunch, but snacks. So we got this Australian National War Memorial and quite a few interesting murals here, or statues here. I think it's for the combat dogs. Yeah, it was getting kind of hot, and that's why we decided to have a quick snack and drink there.
This way?
Yeah, let's go like that. And
Oh, you have to go this side, right?
yeah, but first have a look.
Oh.
So yes, Australia has some deep respect for its military. Call it ADF, Australian Defence Forces. That's the Australian Parliament building. So as I told you, it's on one end of the Anzac Parade, it's the Australian War Memorial, and on the other end is the Australian Parliament. Next we'll be walking towards the Parliament from the other side of the Anzac Parade. There are more war murals and statues, memorials on this side. So let's have a look while we walk along the Anzac Parade towards the Parliament. Another interesting memorial, we got the Turkish flag here along with the Australian flag. Let's have a look. Kemal Atatürk Memorial. So this is quite interesting because during the First World War, Australia and the British Commonwealth and Turkey were enemies. So we got the Turkish memorial for Atatürk, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, the leader of Turkey at the time, right close to the Australian War Memorial. This is him, Atatürk. So yeah, it's quite interesting memorial, for not particularly for war but for Atatürk. Okay, we are coming up to the next memorial, and I'll give you a couple of facts about Canberra. So before, we had Sydney and Melbourne and other British settlements, colonies in Australia, right? But then came the problem of which city should be the capital of Australia. So Sydney and Melbourne wanted their own cities to become the capital. The Sydney people wanted Sydney to become the capital, but Melbourneians wanted Melbourne to become the capital. Right? And because of this dispute, whoever the leaders at the time decided that the Australian capital should be somewhere in between Melbourne and Sydney. So that's how they selected this area called, where we call Canberra today, to be the Australian capital. And because of that, there were no cities here at the time, and because of that, Canberra is a planned city. So if you take a look at the map, you will see that Canberra's roads are very well planned. It goes in like a circular pattern, so it's a planned city. So that's one fact about Canberra. So I don't know what this memorial is about. This is the National Naval Memorial. So, dedicated to the Australian Navy. So these are the Australian Navy campaigns and battles. So we are back where we started. Next up, we'll be going towards the Australian Parliament, which is that way. Yeah, we can walk there, but we don't want to, because then we had to walk all the way back. So we'll drive there, show you around the Parliament. Okay, we are at the Parliament. So there's parking, 1 hour free parking in the Parliament. And yeah, we can go inside. Last time we went inside, but I'm not sure whether we can record, so I don't want to ask. There's security. Yeah, Australian Parliament. So right, that's it. I'll be going inside, and then we'll see after that. Right, we came up to the rooftop. We came up to the rooftop of the Parliament, and there was this good, kind receptionist or officer who advised us that the roof is open now. It was closed before, and he said that taking videos and photos are allowed, but I didn't want to take in videos inside, because I'll be getting unwanted attention. But the roof is amazing. You have nice cool views all around Canberra. So yeah, let's enjoy the views. So you can walk around almost all over the Parliament building, and yeah, here's the roof. war memorial that way. Kind of reminds me of the Louvre in Paris. Hey, look, Louvre. Louvre.
Looks like blue.
Looks like Louvre. What does it look like?
Blue.
Louvre.
Look.
Louvre, not Louvre.
Okay.
Right. Let's walk towards the other end. And yeah, I think we'll be ending for today. After this, we'll be heading to our friend's place and staying there for the night. And tomorrow we have whole day. Not sure, really sure what we are going to do tomorrow, but our plans. But this might be end of this video. But if we can, yes, tomorrow we will try to show you something. We are planning to go to the Telstra Tower on that mountain. Yep. And there's the war memorial.
Amazing. Make it.